Hello guys, and welcome to my little housing guide. There's a lot of you who has been texting me saying that you would love to join, however you don't have the creative abilities or the knowledge about how to use housing, so I kinda promised I would show you guys, so here's a small and fast tutorial which I believe would be uh, enough for you to participate in this contest. Um, First of all, these contests are for Starlight Council members only, um, and will end on the 11th of March. And me and my co-judge Casper will visit your homes on the 12th. And when we have been watching all the houses, we will announce the three winners. Um, the first place are able to win 350k, number 2 150k, and number 3 100k. The things we will be looking for are use of items, creativity, complexity, and X factor. Um, the assignment in this competition is that you have to create some kind of creature in your house. It doesn't matter how big the house is, it can be a little flat. There's no rules about how many items you use, so the creature can be very small and can be very big. And the price range are not to be judged, so everyone can participate. Um, Beside that, when the contests are ended and we have to go visit your houses, it has to be your primary and it has to be opened so me and Casper can enter it. I will show you this in this tutorial too. To enter this competition, you have to contact me, Kvipper, in-game or on Discord. And when I reply to you that you have been registered, then you are in. Um, Otherwise, all these rules can be seen on Discord if you want to. So, well, back to the tutorial. First of all, a lot of you have asked where you get mats to build in homes, and it's not really mats that you're using, it's furniture items, and you can create those by getting patterns and designs and everything, and then build them in your on crafting stations using mats. However, building these creatures, you can simply just buy a lot of these items. Right now I'm here at Elinor, and you will be looking for this icon where you can see there's achievement furnitures and home goods furnitures. They are in all the big cities, and in the weekends you will be able to find a luxury vendor too, who sells more exclusive furnitures. But we can start with this lady, and you can see here she got a lot of materials, stones, trees, limestones, a lot of different places or items you can use. And if you go down here, we have the achievement furnitures where you can buy a lot of items. I don't have that many achievements on this one because it's my crafter. But if you have done the achievements, you can buy these kind of things down here, and they are usually rather expensive. But in all the big cities, you will find areas like this where you can go and buy. So for example, if any of you have seen my big dragon, I have been using Cold Harbor rocks. So it's obvious you have to go to Cold Harbor to find those rocks and buy them there. Um, so that's one way you can get items to build with rather cheap. You can also go to your houses, and by the way, this is how you enter your houses. You go to your collections, choose your housings, and you got stable house, classics house, and notable houses. And the stable ones are the small, these are the mediums, and notables are the big ones, which can fit up to 700 items. The medium ones can fit up to 600, some of them a bit less, and the stable ones I'm not really sure, but we can see that in a moment. But first of all, let's start with entering one of my homes. Let's hope it won't take too much time with the load screen. So there's been a lot of questions asking what to build, and creatures can be anything. It can be a snake, a little snowman, a troll, a bear, a worm, anything you'd like to build. Um, for example, this is a quite expensive one, but I've made a bird over here out of some crystals, so that's an example. However, what I was about to show you here is that on these different crafting stations, you can enter Mephistopheles' house, the guild hall. She has a lot of work tables that you can build all these on. So if you get designs and patterns and all these things, you can go to, for example, a woodwork station, and you can go down to blueprints, and you can see down here you can build a lot of furnitures, different items, and I can show you later, but a lot of these items I use upside down and turn them around on different ways, so I can build anything out of them. We got some practice here. There's also a lot. And this goes for all the stations: clothing, the jewelry, and the provisioning. So all these places is also a place for you to get furnitures that you can build with. If we enter this house fast, then I can show you what I mean by turning things upside down and let your creativity go. So if we go in here, I will show you this pool table. For instance, if I take it apart, you can see this is all tables I have put together, and I've put some mugs down here, or goblets, for making all these holes in the corners. So basically you can do anything with items if you turn them around. I've made a TV over here. For example, I got a little apple here, and all these are actually these big boys put into the wall. So you can do a lot of cool things if you flip things around. All these are platforms that I've used to close all this room off. It's also open up here, however I removed it. So you got a lot of opportunities if you just use your creativity. For example, I've made some small TVs, computers here, using potatoes as mouse and plagues as keyboards. So you can basically do anything if you want to. A lot of you have said that you got problems putting things close to the walls, or getting them aligned, kinda like this. You can see this is some plates I have been putting down, and what you can do is, if you push the triangle, the green button, you can see precision editing, and if you get in here you can edit it a little bit of the time. And you can also, if you push on the square, you can get to degrees, and you can turn the angle slowly, so that way you can put them more aligned and closer to each other. It will take some time, but it's not impossible though. And for these items, if you use the chairs, you can put them wherever you want near the floor, and then push on the R3 button. That will bring, oh no, sorry, the L3 button, and it will put it to the ground. So if you can see, I'll try here, and then it's connected to the floor. It doesn't really work that good if you take things on walls, because they usually tend to, yeah, fuck up, as you can see. So there I would just take it, and I will put it, if it was me, like this, and maybe go to the side and see, did I get it close enough, or do I have to put it further in or out? So that's basically how I put things aligned, but it can take some time, but it's not impossible. So that was items and how I put them together. While we're here, you can see down in the left corner you got something called housing editor. So if you push the buttons as it showed, you get this bar up, and in here you can push on the square and you get all these things up where you can see all your items. So for example, I can take structures and I can pick some of my items in here. For example, I got a lot of planks right now. I usually use them when I build big creatures so I can get up in the air, and you can turn them and flip them all as you like. You can see on the center bottom of the screen how it will flip. This might be a little bit difficult in the start, but you kind of get the hang of it in the end. And if it turns out to be a bad flip, you can always just remove the item again and put it back in, because then it's flat out again. So yeah, so in here you can find all your, you can see I use a lot of these boulders when I'm building creatures. I can show you that in a minute. And they are rather cheap, cost like 100 gold each, so you get very far with these ones. When you are in here, you can see you can push R1 or L1 to switch the bars. Here you got your own items. This one you can purchase for crown points, a lot of items. In here you can retrieve items, so if you have put an item you can't get back, then you can retrieve it, find it in here. You can see this one is 86 meters away, and I can just pull it back, so I get it back in my bag. And in here you can put settings, and when this contest is about to end, you will have to put this as primary resident. This house is already my primary residence, so I can't do it no more. You will have to put the default visitors access to visitors, and that should probably be it. And then Casper and I will be able to enter your houses to judge them when it's time for that. Alright, so if you go in here and you choose collections and housing, you will see, as I showed before, these three. And for instance, if I wanted to buy a house, if you buy them directly from here, they usually tend to cost crowns. However, if you find, you can see these one are listed as not collected. I can pick this Psychedelic Jungle House, and most of them you can buy for coins if you enter. The bigger the houses, the more they cost. People used to buy a lot of these small homes all around the map, because when they make new alts, they can just use free teleports to their house and get the way shrines everywhere, so it's rather easy. So now you can see this is not my house, but this is a house I can buy. You can see down in the left corner that I have purchase options, so I can run around. I've already checked this house out. It very small, but I kinda want it. So what I do is I get in here. I can choose it unfurnished and furnished. Um, I would, when you choose furnished, you always have to pay in crowns, and you basically just get some chairs and some lights and some paintings. So in my opinion, it's not worth it buying it furnished. So I usually go with unfurnished, and this house you can see is 71k. So I can buy this one, and now it's mine. So now I should get into this house, then I will be able to create something. And here I have to load which permissions, and now I got a lot of homes, so I'm just gonna take this one, because I don't want this one to be my primary home. You can see now the bar in the left corner and the bottom has changed, so now I can start editing things again, and you can see here on the ground there's already items standing around. So I won't be doing any more here. For the last part of this tutorial, I will show you an example of what you can do. Where is this one? Oh, I didn't want that one. I want my still water retreat there. Because a lot of you have seen the dragon already, so, and it's basically just a lot of cold harbor rocks, so I have flipped around, so this one I think has a little bit more into it. So I can show you what I did here, for example, to make a creature. Well, I actually made two in here. Perfect. We'll run past all these things. It has nothing to do with this video. Alright, so you can see here I made this big bird, and this bird is made out of a lot of replica black soul gems. So you can see for me putting all these together took a lot of time, but I made this one. And this one, which has been called the Loch Ness monster, I have been using boulders, I've been using black soul gems, and this one is the magnet geode large, and I've used the cold harbor spikes, which I've put in here, as you can see. But basically all this is just huge boulders I've placed and turned how I want. And the mouth here, I use these bloodthorn vines. You can get them as huge ones too, but these are a bunch of small ones. And in there you can see there's some light. It's because I've put a fire in there behind, which I'm not able to touch right now. I would have to use the retrieve button to get it back, but it's a way you can put light into things and get them lightened up. And then this mist is this celestial nimbus. They are not available at the moment, but I got pretty many of them because I like them a lot. So this is a thing you can build too. So this is basically my small tutorial. I hope you can use it, and remember to sign up with me. Send me a private message or text me in the guild chat or on Discord, and I'll register you for the competition. I do not expect you guys to go and build huge things like this. If you do, it would be cool. This one is very expensive, but this one was built for like 200k. So it's still a lot of money, but it's big for a small amount of money. This one was over 1 million, so you can see there's big differences. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and feel free to text me and ask me any questions. Thank you.